you why I am doing this 90-day rebuild lock-in. January, February told me up. I went through like a mini depression. Work kicked my butt. I don't know if it was all the changes in the company or just trying to wrap my head around what was going on, or life and like all of the things. But I completely like tapped out. I tapped out on my goals, even though I was still trying to show up with step classes on Saturday. And I was still trying to fight through like my Monday through Friday 9 to 5 opportunity, and still trying to work on my business, doing challenges, trying to just have the accountability, doing the morning huddle calls. I just was not all the way in. And I wasn't all the way in with my school. I'm currently in school for obtaining my nutrition certification. I just recently obtained my personal trainer certification on 10 of last year. And your girl needed to lock in. So let's talk about what my non-negotiables are going to be. And you should have a set of non-negotiable as we go through this 90-day rebuild lock-in journey together. Okay. One of my non-negotiables is going to be 3 days of gym activity. I have lost 74 pounds and I'm currently on a new goal journey to lose an additional 10 pounds, but build up endurance, stability, and start to tone areas that are just fighting me. Okay. Let's backtrack a little bit. I'm sorry. My first non-negotiable is to spend time with God every single morning before I do anything else. And that is outside of my morning prayers that I pray before my feet hit the floor. Either 10 minutes of devotional, 10 minutes of praise, something around Him, a morning Bible study, a morning prayer call, something that keeps me in alignment with the relationship that I have been struggling back and forth to build with Him. That's my first non-negotiable. The second non-negotiable is gym 3 times a week. I have not set in stone what those 3 days look like, simply because there are some days that I have to go into office, and a lot of times I don't know what that schedule is. I know what March schedule is, but like I don't know what April and May schedule will be. Those are out of my control, so I have to let them. Step class every Saturday that I am in town, and I'm going to try to throw in another step class because I am on my big stepper journey, and the more you do, the more you learn. Is this number 4? My fourth non-negotiable is going to be, currently I'm trying 30 minutes of homework a day. I am currently at 37% of my 100% completion. And that is the meat and potatoes of why I'm currently doing this 90-day lock-in. When I looked at my school account, I noticed that I had about 3 more payments left. Now, I'm currently paying for this out of pocket. So I said, okay, I have to lock in. I want to be finished, complete with my nutrition certification by the time I have made my last payment. And that's currently, as of today, 90 days. I have 90 days until I make my last payment, and I want to be done within those 90 days. So that's where the context of the 90-day lock-in rebuild came from. Okay. With those non-negotiables, if things do not align with my goals, they cannot be in my day to day, right? So we have morning time with God every day. We have gym 3 times out of the week. We have 30 minutes of schoolwork each day. I don't even know. I can't even take Sundays out. So it's 30 minutes each day. We're going to do step each Saturday that I am in town. And that's because I have some things going on in March, April, May. I'll be at step class every Saturday at 9:30. And my nutrition, so meal prep, eating at home. During my 74-pound weight loss, a majority of my weight loss came from changing how did I eat, what did I drink. All I did during that time when I lost my first 50 pounds was walk 30 minutes a day. We're going to be getting back to 30-minute walks because it helps with your mental health so much. One thing that I procrastinated on, and it's also in the non-negotiables that I had been saying I was going to go do and just procrastinated on, but I currently am down 2 sessions, is I am back in therapy. This will make my 3rd time voluntarily going to therapy. And that's because I kept finding myself in a couple of these dark seasons and not necessarily knowing how to negotiate my way through them. And I like to use the word, you don't go through things, you grow through things. So that's something that I'm currently doing as well, which is a non-negotiable. Okay, these non-negotiables for me are the blueprint to the woman I'm going to become at the end of these 90 days. Currently, I'm also reading a book doing this 90-day lock-in. Now, I haven't put myself on a time frame for this book, but I do have a book club that I currently created for the accountability, for the support. And the book that we're currently reading is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. And so I figure 30 minutes a day, a chapter a day, it's not something that I'm trying to rush through, because we're going to do reflection questions off this book, and we're going to meet not every Saturday. We're going to meet bi-weekly, and we're going to discuss this book. But I have an open community where you can join, and we can talk and chit chat, like things that we're learning from the book or things that we've implemented from the book each and every day. And you have like one-on-one contact with me. So if you want to join the book club, I will link it below, and that's completely up to you. So if you're in a season where you are struggling with some things, you need some accountability with some things, you wrote your things on the vision board and you currently need to get back to those things, I invite you to come along and do this 90-day lock-in rebuild journey with me. This is not my first time going through one of these transformations. I've probably did it quite often during this 6 year of being on my fitness journey. But once you lock in and you say you're going to do something and you make it a non-negotiable for you, it can completely transform who you are. And just not 90 days. Let's talk about 21 days. We can break it down from 90 days to 21 days, whichever one works for you. But in my mind, I have to keep telling myself 90 days, because 90 days is the goal. 90 days is what I have committed to, of making these things that are going to transform me so I can become a better version of myself, which I am calling a Laquita Michelle 2.0 version of myself within these 90 days, and committing to these things just like I did when I started my 74-pound weight loss journey. When I started my weight loss journey completely, my non-negotiables, I was drinking my water, I was walking 30 minutes a day, I wasn't into the gym, and I wasn't into lifting weights. All I did was commit to walking 30 minutes a day, and it really helped me deal with my depression, work through my depression and anxiety, and heal in a lot of ways. And so sometimes we have to get back to the basis of what helped us the first time, but we have to level it up a little bit. And so those are going to be my non-negotiables for the 90-day lock-in rebuild. I gave you some context in reference to why I decided to do this 90-day lock-in rebuild. And what I'm not going to do is be paying for something and I have not completed it. That is just delusion. I don't even know where my mind was all this time, because the money was coming out the account, period. Okay. And $120 a month is just, it's, why am I wasting my money? So that's where the meat and potatoes, and I decided to do the 90-day lock-in journey came from. I said, if I can lock in and do this, I'll be able to lock in on all of my other non-negotiable, because there are some things in my life that I want to work through. Oh, I forgot one. Budget and finances. I will be locking in on these things for the next 90 days, watching where my money goes, being intentional where my money goes, having conversations and making phone calls around some of the things that I need to do to better my financial situation. So if you have some things that you want to work on, I invite you to join me on this 90-day lock-in rebuild journey. That's it for today's video. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.